Guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I got up this morning, got ready, sat outside by the pool, listening to the birds and the construction vehicles, and just got to sit and read. I've been reading through the book of Proverbs in the morning, and then Greg came out. We had coffee, kind of talked about our day, what's going on, and so I'm like, I need to go inside and get started so I can be finished because I got to leave this afternoon. So my goal is to get some foods done this morning, to share with you how I save money for my family by making it myself. That's a good thing to do. I mean, if you have to purchase, but the way everything is right now, it's so ridiculously expensive. You can make a whole lot of things at the store right at home for your own, which is a good thing, and save yourself some money. It takes a little bit of time, but you know what? If you can get into that routine of doing it, I always thought when I was a busy mom, I'm still a busy mom, but when I was busy with little ones at home, I thought if I could just do like one thing, if I could just make, it was like breakfast time, like if I could just make pancakes and make extra pancakes, then we can have pancakes, later on for the week, or freeze some and have them later on that, next week or the next week. Or we would start out slowly by doing things like that. If you watch videos of these meal prep videos, people making a ton of stuff, and you've never done it before, don't get like overwhelmed and go, I can't do that. Start with like one thing. Just do one thing and go, okay, I'm going to make extra egg cups today, or extra hard-boiled eggs, and then make egg salad sandwiches for the week. Just start with one thing and see how that makes your life easier. You'll see, because you'll do it once and you'll go, oh, I don't have to make lunch today, and this is already done, or I'm not tempted to purchase this today because I've already got something made. To plan ahead is a good thing. If you can't, I understand that. Grab and go. Sometimes it happens, but if you kind of plan ahead in life and get ahead of things, it helps your budget. It helps be able to have healthier choices because you're making things at home. It's a good thing all around. So I've got some encouragement for you today, and it comes from Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24. And it says, and let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works. And I think of this a lot. I've talked before about like stirring and fanning up the flame in yourself and in other people, like how great it is to have someone encourage you positively to like do good in things, or to maybe someone that's going through a hard time and just kind of encourage them to do better in their things. Like how much that makes a difference in my life. I know as a mom and being at home, and you don't get like that recognition, like you're doing a good job. Yep, you're doing good with that. You did good with that situation, or you did good on dinner. You made it. You might have think you failed on things, but then you realize, okay, I fed my kids breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's a win for the day. You don't have people saying that to you all day long because it's just you. So that's kind of hard. So think of somebody today, maybe it's your child, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's a friend, a coworker, someone, anyone that you can just positively encourage through your day. Think of, like, for me, like my little sphere of influence is small, I feel like, even though I'm on YouTube, but in my real life here, like in my personal thing, I feel like I don't do a whole lot out with a bunch of people, but like I go to the grocery store. So when I'm at the grocery store, even if I'm having a bad day or if I'm in a hurry, I always make sure I stop, or try to, I can't say I always do, and ask the cashier, like, hey, how's your day going? You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Or if you can see they're frustrated or realize they got a ton of people and everybody's complaining, make sure to be extra positive. Like how much that can make a difference in someone's life. Fan that flame and encourage somebody in a positive way today. That's my encouragement for you. So are you ready for a good day? We are going to do lunches that we can make today, that I can make ahead and have. Yesterday I made all those sub buns. Oh my goodness, delicious, delicious, delicious. We have a lot of sub buns. So my goal today is to make sandwich material and some soup material that we can have for the week and be able to just grab out real quick and make sandwiches or heat up some soup for lunches. So you guys ready for a good day? All right, I'm ready for a great day. Let's go. So I'm going to make a couple different sandwich fillings. Basically, you can put on any kind of bread. You can put it on, if you don't have bread, use crackers. We use crackers an awful lot. Most of the time we buy our bread at the store, like when we first go shopping, and then we go through it the first couple weeks and there's no more bread. So you can use tortillas, but we also use saltine crackers a whole lot for many things, and it's really good. It's not bad. So what you do is, I've got water here and eggs. So I'm going to do hard-boiled eggs, and we're going to make some egg salad. So I'm going to cook this on the stove over here and let it boil while we start our next. Okay, you know how the egg situation goes. Sometimes they peel great, sometimes they don't. I think the last time we did it, we didn't care and we did it whatever, and it turned out perfectly. So I'm going to be very, very hopeful. So that's going to boil. I'm going to start on the next one. This one is a family favorite. I think it's a Michigan favorite. I don't know if it's anywhere else. Some people have commented. It's bologna spread. I know it's got to be this. You can't take regular bologna and use it because regular bologna is like smushier and softer. I don't like that. Maybe some people do. This is ring bologna. You can get a ring bologna somewhere. This is how you make it. So in Michigan, we would have this. You grind it up, and then you mix it with like you do a whole bunch of different things. You can do Miracle Whip and mustard. You can add some pickles in there, celery, onions, anything you want. And then I've also done it with lunch meat as well. We would go to the Amish places and they would use like the end pieces, like when they're doing the deli. So like they grind up the rest of the chicken breast or the turkey breast or the ham, and then they mix that in with the bologna or have it plain. It's so, so good. So if you can get a hold of like this or even some lunch meat, like a big, like one they would use for lunch meat, grind it up. It's delicious. So we're gonna take this as a family favorite. My mom would make this all the time growing up, and then we moved to the mountains, couldn't really find it anywhere, so she'd always bring us down ring bologna, and I never found it anywhere there. And then here I found it at the little Amish store. So this is good. Let me get my food processor out. So you want to make sure that you peel the outside off of that. I did it the first time and I was like, oh, you definitely want to do that. My mom would use a grinder. It grinds it up a little bit better. I don't have one of those. So I just do my food processor. It doesn't make it as best as like a grinder would, but it does, it tastes good. Everybody likes it. So I'm going to put that in there, grind it up, and then I'm going to put a few pickles in there so I don't have to chop them up, and then just grind it up as well. We'll mix it up. That mixed up really well in here. Actually, just ground up really well. Look at that. I know it doesn't sound or look appealing, but it is so good. It's a reason why it's so expensive in the Amish stores. I want to say, was it $30 for the container? I'm gonna have to look back on my video, but they sold this as a sandwich spread by us, and I believe it was either 25 or 30 for a container of the stuff. So I paid, what I paid, $9 for the ring bologna. I have to look back. $9 for the ring bologna, and then the little bit of Miracle Whip, the pickles, just leftovers. It's delicious. This is yummy. And let me add the Miracle Whip in, salt and pepper, stir it up. That's super simple and easy, and this is delicious. You know what I'm most excited for is these. I got more of these. I ordered more, so now I can have more storage in my refrigerator. We have these last forever. These are like deli containers. They last for a long time, and sometimes over the years, they get broken. I know we moved here. I didn't have a ton of these. I had a lot of tall ones, so I got rid of the tall ones. I don't use those as much, but these I use up a lot, and they sometimes drop and they sometimes crack. It just happens, so I'm glad to get some more restock. So I'm gonna put these in here, and let's see how many containers I end up getting. So this is good. I've got basically 2 full ones and about a half. I was gonna like overfill them. I'm like, don't even bother doing that. So this is so good. I know a big container of this was so expensive. You have to look back on when I went to Sarasota, we did the little sandwich community. You have to look back and see. I'll look back, but I know I saved myself a ton of money. So 1 sandwich spread done. Okay, the next one I'm gonna do is just chicken salad. This is simply the cheapest is to get your own chicken breast from the store, fresh or frozen, and then cook it and then grind it up. I find that our family, they notice a difference in taste for that versus canned chicken. And so I don't mind buying this. I know this is more, and I know you can make it yourself. They just like the texture, flavor, whatever, and I do too. So I know everybody's different. That's the beautiful thing. So for me, this is still cheaper making it yourself than buying stuff. So we're gonna make chicken salad. We get this one at Sam's Club. But again, cheapest would be to buy frozen chicken breast, grind them up, cook them first, then grind them up. That's the way to do it, but this works what we like. So I'm gonna drain this, put this in a bowl, and then mix it up. So my eggs are done boiling. I took one out and tried it. It was good, so I got them in the sink with some ice water. I'm gonna do the chicken salad here. I'm gonna do 2 bowls. One of my viewers told me to do pickles and green onions in there and everything bagel seasoning. It's delicious. It's so good. But I had some, and I think I had some of the kids try it last time, and I don't know if everybody loved it. So I'm going to do 2 separate ones, and then, you know, show them the good way of the pickles and the green onions. So chop this up and mix it with Miracle Whip. That's it. So you can do some mustard in there as well, and salt and pepper. Easy, simple, another way to save money. So I've got, like I said, the one, it should be like one, almost, it's pretty full, but the lid is not going to fit if I shove it all in one. By adding more things to it, helps stretches it, obviously. Still, cheaper than going to the store, cheaper than buying it already made. If you, and I know like it's good, people make it with fruit, like with grapes and things like that, and that's delicious. I love that too, like a fruity chicken salad. I'm more doing a meal today with stuff that I have in my pantry, not necessarily fresh, like, because your grapes usually go away right away. And so I know they do in our house. And so I don't really always have an abundance of grapes to put in this, but if I had it fresh and I made it fresh, that would be a good way to add in there. Or even I used to use canned mandarin oranges or even cranberries in there. It's whatever you like. Some people put apples in it too. It just depends. But for me, this lasts longer. I think without the fruit. Fruit makes it a little bit more mushier. I know the grapes in it are good because they're not too mushy, but like the canned stuff, I found that it gets a little bit smushy in there. So this is good. Celery, you can add celery as well to this. I just did not. So great way to save some more money. Okay, I saved you from watching me painstakingly peel those eggs. I used to like to film peeling the eggs because it worked out. They are not working out lately. This side looks really good, but this side did not. I mean, not bad. Not bad overall. I know there's tons of tricks and tips. I feel like it's just the eggs because I used to never have to do tricks. I used to just be able to do it and it worked. And so I don't even know. I don't know, but it's okay. Most of it's good. Like I said, we got it. So I'm going to smash these. Use this. This is my mom hack. It's a dough blender. It's not my mama hack. It's my mama's hack. She used to do hers with this. So I'm going to smash these and just Miracle Whip again, and mustard and salt and pepper. Simple and easy. If you want to go a healthier option, use fat-free yogurt. I think you can mix it in with there. Myself personally, I can't stand the taste of yogurt. I don't like it. I don't like it. I can taste it. If it's mixed in there, oh, I taste that it's yogurt in there. And so I don't like adding that to it. You can half and half. It's healthier. It's good. This is still better than getting something in the store made with a bunch of stuff. So it's, again, whatever your options are for health, you do you. This is what we're going to do. So I'm going to smash them up. All right, 3 more now. You might not necessarily buy egg salad at the store, or maybe you do, maybe you buy it at the food truck, wherever. But this is still cheaper than getting lunch meat and making sandwiches that way. So I feel like this is a better option and for your money. So I still have a whole lot of Miracle Whip here for another day, which is good. So I'm putting this in the refrigerator, and then the sandwich part is done. So look at that, we've got 3, 6, 9 and a little bit. This is all for sandwiches, which is really nice. They can just grab and go. You want chicken salad, you want the bologna salad, you want egg salad. This is a cheap way to make lunches, grab and go, because we have a lot of bread. We also have a lot of crackers. We have a lot of tortillas. So a lot of easy grab and go breakfast for the next few days. Have a lot of sliced bread, but we also have this good Subway bread that we made yesterday. This will be really good. I'm going to be glad to make more of this for the next month when we make little sub sandwiches. Okay, so we've got sandwich material already made for lunch, which will be nice. That'll take us for the next few days. I'm gonna make a couple soups. We made these last week. They were delicious and yummy, just like a copycat Panera Bread one, but I feel like much more heartier. It's got a whole lot more stuff in it than theirs. We've had theirs many times. It's not bad, it's good. If you don't know homemade, it's delicious. But then if you make homemade, you're like, oh, the taste doesn't even compare. So make yourself some homemade. You'll see the difference. These soups are great. Last week I made it with gnocchi. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to make it with the cheesy broccoli soup because it's delicious. I've got some carrots and celery here. I'm going to chop those up, and then we will go over to the stove here and mix and make everything up. It's yummy. This recipe is in our family cookbook right here. I've been doing this mom thing for a whole long time. And so this cookbook has got most everything we've ever made. I do make newer things, of course, but in here, these are all staples we make. So one of them is broccoli cheese soup in here. Very simple. You can make it multiple ways. I'm going to take a stick of butter in here and melt it. And then I'm going to add in I've got onions, celery, carrots, and I've got my 2 garlic pucks. We'll let that butter melt. Could have melted first. We can add it all in. It doesn't matter. We're going to let that saute. It's going to take a few minutes to heat up. I'm going to go back over here and chop up an onion and some celery. I'm going to do another soup as well real quick. So your soup, I've got my veggies bubbling away, sauteing away here. You can do this longer. It just depends on your time frame. My time frame is limited today, so I'm going to go, it's okay, less. So I'm going to take and put flour in here. I added more than my recipe, so follow my recipe. It's in my blog. You go to my blog and get it for free. You don't have to sign up or anything. You basically want to absorb all that butter. This is going to be your thickener for soup, and I'm making way more. I think last time I used the small pot last week, and that was just not enough because by the time every day we went to get the soup, I'm like, there's no more soup. So I'm going to try to stretch it a little bit more today. So see how it absorbs all of that. You basically want it to look like that. And then I'm going to add chicken broth. I need to get a pitcher out of here. Or where's my pitcher? I think it's down here. Let me fill it up. I'm just going to use water, and I'm going to use, this is powdered chicken broth. This is still cheaper than buying chicken broth. The Knorr powder is much cheaper than buying the broth. I understand the broth's healthier, all those good things, but it works. And then when I went shopping, I didn't plan on making like all these different soup recipes. Like I made some the other day too, and I used it for my chicken bouillon. So I had to laugh. I'm like, remember when I went shopping? And I'm like, oh, I'll grab it here. And then I didn't actually get it. I'm like, I should have got it, but I'll be able to stretch this. So I put a little bit more salt and pepper in here, and I'm just going to take, this is just fresh broccoli. You can use frozen broccoli, whatever you like. I'm just using this one because I have some on hand, and then as I'll kind of crush it up after it cooks a little bit. So let's put this in the soup. Frozen works just the same and just as good. I'm just gonna put the lid on this and let this come to kind of like a boil simmer. I'll kind of cook that broccoli, and then we'll move on to our next one. Okay, so one other thing I'm gonna do is some chicken soup. This is something they like. It's simple. I'm gonna make it very easy with the chicken fajita mate that I had that we cooked on the grill. So I'm not even gonna usually saute these. I'm just putting these right in the water. I'm gonna put chicken broth right in here. So this is a garlic cut, and I've got onion chopped up, and I have celery. We're making this one very simple. You can make it heartier, you can make it however you want. I'm just doing it real easy. Put some chicken bouillon in there, and we're gonna put, this is the chicken fajita meat, so I'm gonna take probably about half of this because there's a lot in here. Actually, let's just put the chunk in there because when this is all frozen. And I've still got some left. We'll let that come to a boil. Put some salt and pepper in there. This one's easy. Throw it together. You can put veggies in here, whatever your family likes. This is just making this and just making it really simple because that's how they want it. And just let that come to a boil. Very simple. You can use canned chicken. You can use leftover chicken. We did the fajita meat, and it was really, really good. Okay, the other soup I'm going to do, because I'm doing 3 here, is potato soup. That's something we love having, but I don't have fresh potatoes, but I do have all of those fingerling potatoes, and these, when I cook them, they're really, really good. So I'm going to do this soup this time and leave the skins on and see how that works. So I'm just going to put these in some water because they're frozen solid, let them come to a boil, and then I'll see if I can either chop them or dice them. I'm not sure. We'll see how they turn out, but I'll just put them in here. Put the lid on that and let that come to a boil, and then we'll see what we can do with these. These are still in the process of boiling. With it being fresh, it's going to be a little bit harder. You have to wait until it kind of gets softer to smash it. But I'm using this thing to kind of mash it down. We like the bigger chunks of broccoli in it, but not obviously huge ones. So you just kind of go down and smash it. It'll separate that broccoli, and then you'll get the smaller pieces. The Panera Bread, I don't even think it even has bigger pieces of broccoli. It might just be really tiny ones. You can also get your immersion blender out, but then it's going to puree your stuff up a little bit too much. Chop it beforehand. I'm just going the easy route today. This works really good. This is so good. Brooklyn was just saying, she's like, make sure you make a lot of that because that's really hard to take to work. Oh, mixing. You can add like shredded cheese to this recipe. We like the canned cheddar cheese. So mine is frozen solid, so I'm going to carefully put that in there because it's already at the boiling phase, you know, so it can just continue to let that melt in there. And then I'll add, I have half and half. You can just add regular milk to it. I'm just going to do this. This is a big blob of cheese in there. That's going to melt and make it really, really yummy. But you can also, like I said, do the shredded cheese, and that's pretty good too. So we're just doing it with what we got in the pantry. You don't have to for your soup. It depends on what people like. I'm going to add a thing of mixed vegetables. You know, add a little bit more color instead of just plain. You can keep it simple. You can chop up stuff, whatever you have. I have this in my freezer, so I was like, I feel like I should just add that in there. Adds a little bit, just the mixed vegetables. I kind of smashed down to separate the chicken a little bit. I'm going to be adding noodles to this. This is coming to a boil here. Cheese will be melted. This looks really good. For my chicken noodle soup, I was debating what kinds of noodles to have. I have the extra white egg noodles. This was really good. I'm going to put that in there, let it come to a boil, shut off with the lid. It'll just kind of simmer and cook that noodle. It's yummy. And to add a little kick, I like to add the pepper flakes, red pepper flakes. A little bit of spice. This is good for like sickness. Because you add extra garlic, add extra onions. This is good. So let this come to a boil. Put on a lid on it and let it simmer down. This is good. I'm going to add paprika to this. And it is almost, after it's melted, it's almost done. Then I'll add the half and half. And I'm only going to add half and half because I have it. Like I said, use milk, use canned milk, use powdered milk mixed up. Either one. Look at that. Delicious. So here I'm just going to add enough, half and half. Always smell, make sure it's good. And pour it in. So this one is done in the front, so I'm going to shut this one off. As you let it sit, it will thicken up a little bit more. You can make it heartier by adding less liquid. I just wanted to spread it out a little bit more, and then we use those little crouton things to put on top. I'll show you that later. This is pretty much, I just got to let it return to its boil here. This is really good. Look how delicious that looks. And then put the lid on that. So for my potato bacon chowder, I need bacon for it. So instead of making bacon and the strips of it and paying the price of that, get some bacon bits. It's cheaper. Put them on a plate and put them in the microwave for about 2 minutes. It'll kind of cook and sizzle and get all the fatty pieces off because that fatty stuff is gross. And it'll turn into nice crispy bacon pieces for your soup. So my potatoes, I just let them kind of heat up. They're all cooked, which is really good. They're just nice. They're potatoes. That's all they are. They're just cooked frozen potatoes. And that's how I got them at the discount store, which would be used for a restaurant. So I'm going to see if I can just kind of chop these. I was going to use my chopper, but I feel like they're going to smush them too much. Leave the skin on. Normally I peel all the skin off. Obviously I'm not going to for all of these because that's a lot of potatoes to peel. So I'm just going to kind of chop, put it back in the water. I put water in here. I'm going to put chicken bouillon in there for the broth, and then we'll continue to make the soup. Normally I say use a big potato, peel them, cut them up, cube them, and cook them in water, but these are something we had on hand, and that's the only reason I'm using it. So it's like we got tons of these. Like I think I got 25 pounds. It was like $1 a pound at the discount store. So that is why I'm using them. Normally just use a regular potato and just peel it, cook it normal, but we're going to gather up what we have. So for time, because I'm trying to hurry and get this done, you can just put this all together. Like I said, if you cook your potatoes over there, then you can keep adding, but I'm just gonna put everything in one pot because when I get done. So I'm gonna add my bacon, got this out of the microwave, nice and crispy, that's what you want. I'm gonna add some chicken bouillon to this, and then I'm gonna add 2 things of homemade cream of chicken soup to it. It's frozen, so it'll have to kind of thaw, and the only reason I'm not gonna thaw it first is because the potatoes are already cooked. We're basically just gonna heat this up and then taste it and look, is there anything else? That's it. Taste it, you want to add salt and pepper, and then you're going to add a container of sour cream to it. It's easy, delicious. Potato bacon chowder, very hearty, yummy. It's a winner. This is great because I've got enough stuff for lunches for the next little while. This is an easy way to save money now. Another frugal way to do it. You can also get bags of snacks. So you could also get a big bag of chips, fill it in little individuals. That's cheaper, but if you don't want to, just get a big box of snacks and chips. We did that. I did that at Easter. Remember all those snacks I bought? I only put out a few of them so they could take what they wanted for their snack bins, and then I saved the rest. So now it's been, a month since then. So now it's like I can pull those out and say, oh, here, have a snack from the snack bin to take. So I know when we go out and do our little events this week, that is something we'll be doing. They'll get to take their snacks. I have applesauce, and I also have the chips. Now again, that's it's more frugal than going out and purchasing a lunch for everybody, because it's going to cost me $10 to $15 per person, and that's definitely more for our kids and our family. So it's cheaper to do it yourself. Even buying the prepackaged things is cheaper than going out. You want to save and go a step further, get the big bag and fill them up yourself. Either way. Popcorn is another inexpensive thing to feed them instead of having chips, but we have chips, so that's going to be a good thing. The soups are almost done over here. This one is done right here in front. You saw this one. This looks delicious. This is the cheesy broccoli soup. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's definitely way better than Panera. Now this one is not as thick as last time because I added way more liquid because I want to stretch this soup out. So this one is good. And then the one in the back here, look at that. Does that not look like a hearty chicken noodle soup? Look at that, delicious. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's really good. And it's got onion in there, it's got the garlic in there, and it has a little bit of kick with the red pepper flakes. This is still kind of cooking down. It's almost there. It's got some of the peel wants to come off the potatoes, so sometimes I'm scooping it up and I'm seeing like peel, and I'm like, that's okay. Oh, actually, is it all heated up? It looks like it's all heated up. Well, let me get my stuff and we'll finish it. So for this soup, we just add, this is one of Jensen's favorite soup, so I make this one lactose-free, and you do what you got to do for your family. This is just lactate, sour cream. It tastes exactly the same, so nobody notices a difference in taste for this. So I will add a whole container of sour cream there, because we've got a lot in here. Let's do a little mix in there. Still got some bottom. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is add lactate milk. Just a little bit to add that creaminess to it, and then stir that up. You don't want to boil this too much with the sour cream because it will kind of separate. That's it. Look at that. That's going to be delicious. And it's a nice potato bacon chowder. If you want to thicken this, like last time I made it, and they said it was fine, I used to add instant potato flakes to it, and that would thicken the soup up, make it a little bit heartier. But whatever you can do in your home, if you got a lot of extra baby cereal, sometimes you buy, I used to use the baby rice cereal and use that as a thickener because we had a ton of it left over when the kids were little. So this works out really good. And just heat this up. We got another soup done for, doesn't cost me anything. I've got 3 soups. I'm gonna let these all cool off today. I'm gonna leave these out, and then they'll have some for lunch today, of course. And instead of storing it in a big container in the refrigerator, if it gets eaten up, that would be good to do. But for me, I'm gonna put it in my little containers. I used to put it in the glass ones because that's what I had, but you only eat about half of it when you have a meat, like a serving for soup. So I'm going to put it in my little plastic containers over here, stack those in the refrigerator, and then they can just grab those out over the next few days, pour them in a bowl, microwave them. That's a good thing. And then whatever doesn't get eaten in the next few days will go in the freezer. The chicken noodle soup, that'll definitely get eaten up. The noodles, I would not recommend freezing. You can, but when you go to reheat it, it does get a little bit, I guess the word is mealy, but you can freeze the chicken, the broth, and the veggies. I would kind of strain it out, I guess, if I was going to do that, but I think that's going to get eaten up. So this is good. All finished. 3 soups, 3 different sandwich toppings. Saved myself a ton of money. It only took me a few hours this morning, and now I'm finished and can just go enjoy my day with my children. These are the finished products. Here's the cheesy broccoli. This is the chicken noodle. And this is the potato bacon chowder hearty with peels on the potatoes. When I got back today, all the soups obviously cooled off, and so I'm just gonna put these in containers and put these into the refrigerator. I'm gonna pour these into little plastic containers here, put their lids, stack them nice and neat in the refrigerator, and we have quick grab and go lunches for everybody to eat. 'Cause these are all winners, everybody loves them. I might put some in some glass ones just for be able to microwave real quick without having to transport from plastic to a bowl. So I'm finished for today. I've got plenty of food in the refrigerator. We've got lots of dinner leftovers. Now we have a bunch of lunches to have for the next few days. So I hope you enjoyed it, how I saved my family some money by doing things homemade. So you can do these things and do the level that you can do. If you can't do it all, just do a few things simple and homemade. So, all right, you have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you again tomorrow with another video. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.